Hello and welcome to Kyle is Famous. Kyle is Famous is sort of like a text adventure type deal. Supposed to be really funny. You just basically make choices and try to reach several of many possible endings. This video is going to be, oh, Kyle's hat is now available, okay. This video is going to be edited, I think, by a friend of mine, so hopefully it's going to be better than my trash editing, because he has actually studied to do this sort of thing. And if it isn't, then I will cut off all professional relationships towards him, to him, which is basically going to change nothing because we've never done anything in the past, and I already don't pay him. So we're probably just going to keep being friends. Anyways, we're going to start off by waking up. Kyle wakes up. He is famous. Kyle is host of the most popular talk show in recent memory, Stay Up Late with Kyle. Stay Up Late with Kyle has grown in popularity quickly in the last year. The public has noticed. Inside has called Kyle a most excellent dumpy white man. Top Tech noted that Kyle is inspiring youth to explore STEM fields. I can't speak properly. Most other talk shows are dedicated to discussing Kyle and his personal details. Most online videos are best-of clips taken from Kyle's latest broadcast. Dude, I'm finally getting the recognition I deserve. The eye of the world is upon Kyle. Tonight is Kyle's most important guest interview yet. Stay Up Late with Kyle will be featuring Rachel May. She's a kind and lovely philanthropist. She is dear to the hearts of many. This interview requires preparation. Kyle cracked his eyes open, knowing today is his last chance to prepare for the interview. Kyle has 30 hours left. He must choose his actions wisely. Well, being a university student, I know exactly how to deal with the deadlines, and that is to lie in bed and wither away. Kyle decided to stay put and wither away. Kyle withered successfully and died. Shucks. Mission accomplished. Kyle is now a ghost. This does not relieve him of his responsibilities. Well, I guess there's a lesson to be learned there. Get out of bed anyway. Kyle exited his bed and took a quick glance around his bedroom. We've already spent 3 hours dying. And we get a little ghost icon over here. So, we can either open the closet, sit at desk, or scavenge, or exit bedroom to hallway. I'm thinking that if we exit bedroom to hallway, we're going to leave naked, and that would reflect poorly on us when we conduct the interview. So, I will open the closet. Kyle opened the closet. It was dark, and he could only really see his hanging shirts. Choose an outfit. Kyle spent 1 hour opening the closet, and then 1 hour choosing an outfit. Or, sorry, going into the closet to look for the outfits. Kyle decided to take some time to choose the perfect outfit, knowing how important appearance is. Suit of armor, slick suit, jeans and swimming goggles, or skunk pasties. What the fuck is that? Sorry, I'm not an English or native English speaker, so pasties might be like slang for something, I don't know. I think we're going to go with, I mean, this one makes sense, right? But we're ghosts, so it doesn't really matter, right? I'm gonna go with a suit of armor. Kyle was unsure of what exactly caused him to decide to wear his armor, but it felt like the right thing to do. I'm a ghost, so, like, people are gonna be unnerved like, no matter what I do. More. After much squeezing and sweating, Kyle managed to wrap the metal suit around his dumpy self. Oh shit, yeah, that takes time to put on. Back to room. Okay, so we've wasted a bunch of hours putting on our suit of armor. I think now we should probably just leave. Actually, should I, like, sit at desk and, like, think about my questions, maybe? Yeah. Kyle made his way over to his desk and sat down. Yeah, write notes for interview. Kyle wrote down his first question. Are you a mother? Am I a mother? Is your mother a mother? This one is probably going to be the most interesting one for the viewers, but these also sound really funny. Am I a mother, or is your mother a mother? Fuck it, brother. Am I a mother? Kyle wrote down a second question. What are some diet tips, or beef, mashed or blended, ever eaten a raw egg whole? Ever eaten a raw egg whole? Kyle wrote down his third question. What's your funniest story, or do you ever smile, or I purposefully ran over a puppy? The fucking bottom right ones here are awesome. What's your guilty pleasure? Do you feel guilty, or are you guilty? Oh my god. Kyle ripped his page of notes out of the notebook and got up from the desk. Kyle made his way over to the desk and sat down. Back to room. We have 14 hours left. Leave. We have to, like, account for the fact that it might take us ages to actually get there. Move to the kitchen. We don't need to eat. We're a ghost. Leave apartment. Check locked door. Why, though? I mean, I guess. Kyle walked over to the strange door in the hallway, but found quickly that the door was locked from the inside. Force the door with forehead. Oh, dude, float through as a ghost. Kyle used his ghostly powers to walk straight through the door. Kyle found himself in the room he stashed the various items sent to him by fans. Oh, check sewing machine? Kyle walked over to the dilapidated sewing machine. Its box was only half removed. What? That's probably to fix, like, maybe the suit is, like, broken or something? Side door? What's that? Oh, fuck, that's the one I just went through. Fuck, we just wasted 2 hours. Well, leave apartment. Sure, visit downstairs neighbor. Kyle approached his downstairs neighbor and knocked. A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door. She looked at Kyle expectantly. Yeah, I'm a ghost, but who cares? Greet and start a conversation. Good morning, neighbor, said Kyle cheerfully. Gabby looked at Kyle expectantly. Ask Gabby about Gabby. No, we'll ask her about Rachel. Gabby, Kyle asked, what are your true thoughts about Rachel May? No! Kyle hurried to the set. Per normal, he ceased to be a ghost. Per normal, he ceased to be a ghost before he arrived. Fuck. Now I'm just a goofy, dumpy white man in a suit of armor. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. Good evening, Kyle, she said, looking him in the eyes. I've been looking forward to being here. Kyle responded. I can answer politely, or I can scream and spin in circles. Well, we're already basically, like... We've fucked the interview already. Because we're sitting here in a suit of armor. I mean, no, actually, that could be made out to be like a skit or something. I don't know what kind of show this is. This might be like Jimmy Fallon, where he does some like dumb shit every time he brings a guest on, like some like activity or something that nobody really cares about. Scream and spin in circles. Kyle started to stretch out his arms wide, tilted his neck upwards, and was interrupted by his producer telling him that him and Rachel, that it was time to start the show. Fuck. Start interview. Okay. A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on. Start broadcast. Good evening, everyone, said Kyle, looking at the camera. Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Kyle. Tonight, I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction. Kyle motioned to Rachel, who smiled and waved at the camera. Hello, Kyle, she said. I'm glad to be here. In response, Kyle collapsed on the floor. What? From a combination of stressful preparation and not eating anything. I was a ghost! Kyle had passed out. Nobody in the studio quite knew what to do with him. They began to poke Kyle in the back to see if he moved. After a while, they ended the broadcast, shut off the lights, and went home. Kyle was left face first on the floor. End. No. No! Kyle prepared by starving himself. Fuck it. Again. Kyle's first decision of the morning was made wisely. Exit the bed. We need to eat. We also need clothes. Open the closet. Choose an outfit. Jeans and swimming goggles. Kyle's decided on a fashion-forward, casual style. He could barely see out of the goggles. Doesn't matter, I just need to be able to answer questions. Exit bedroom to hallway. Move to kitchen. Check pantry. There's nothing. Oh, it was locked with a small keyhole. If I'm a ghost, I might be able to eat the pantry stuff. Or maybe even eat the pantry. Kyle opened the fridge, intending to find something to eat. Like, for example, how I can eat the fridge. I will eat the crust on the fridge wall. Ugh. Eat condiments. I mean, that's gonna take time. And it took me like, 10 hours just to get to the kitchen. So I think I'm just gonna eat, I'm gonna eat the crust on the fridge wall. Kyle starting scraping the streaks of crud. What? And spots of black mold off of the walls of the fridge. After balling up the filth from the sides of the fridge, Kyle bit into the crusty, moist ball. Several minutes of chewing later, Kyle finished chewing and swallowed the ball whole. Does that mean I'm fed or not fed? Well, I can't do anything else, so I'm going to return to the hallway. I'm going to, leave the apartment. I'll visit the downstairs neighbor. And this time I'll actually be able to ask Gabby about Rachel. "Oh, Rachel," Gabby said. "She's a wonderful woman. Her generous acts have inspired more good work than bad." Gabby trailed off, not meeting Kyle's eyes. After several uncomfortable minutes of silence, Kyle turned around and left. Fuck, okay, so now I can only really go to the tech store. So I'm gonna visit the tech store. Kyle walked into the clean, white tech store. He was greeted by Techno Jim, an elaborate cutout mascot with flashing lights. Steal Techno Jim. Quickly, before the attendant could acknowledge him, Kyle grabbed Techno Jim by the shoulders. Finding that Techno Jim's cardboard feet were bolted to the ground, Kyle started to pull upwards forcefully. After several tugs, Techno Jim broke free, leaving one foot and one leg behind. Kyle glanced at the attendant, who was staring, bewildered, and ran outside. Continue with day. Kyle walked out into the middle of the road and took a long, pondering look around him, returned to apartment. Kyle hurried to the set. Okay, here we go. I've eaten, I've got Techno Jim, I'm wearing goggles, I don't know. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. "Good evening, Kyle," she said, looking him in the eyes. "I've been looking forward to being here." "Go away, Rachel. I'm interviewing Techno Jim." Kyle roughly shoved Rachel out of her seat and placed Techno Jim in her stead. "Hello, Techno Jim," said Kyle. "I'm going to interview you today." Kyle grasped Techno Jim's hand and tried to shake it, but instead tore it off and off the cardboard frame. Kyle's producer, sensing viral media, pulled the bewildered Rachel out of frame and motioned to the crew to go live. Cameraman moved, lights flashed, and suddenly the studio was on air. "Hi, I'm Kyle," said Kyle, "and tonight I'm going to interview a very special guest." He pointed at Techno Jim using the dismembered arm. Techno Jim started to smoke from the heat of the lights. "Would you like to introduce yourself?" asked Kyle. Knowing Jim would probably not speak, Kyle took it upon himself to be his voice as well. "Hi, Kyle," he said, raising the pitch of his voice. "My name is Rachel May, and I'm a very special guest." God, that was terrible. Rachel's expression of confusion turned to shock. "Well, Rachel, you look way too thin and absolutely terrible, and you should feel ugly." Kyle gave Jim a meaningful stare. "Wow, Kyle," he said. "I sure wish I could look like you." Techno Jim burst into flames. Instantaneously, the sprinkler system initiated. Curtains of water poured down from the rafters. Within seconds, the production equipment was doused in water. The set was soon aburst with electrical fires. Kyle's crew abandoned their posts as cameramen and sound mixers tried to put the fires out. As the crew scrambled around, the cameras continued to run. Kyle sat motionless, staring forward. Eventually, the fires were all out. Kyle's producer shut off the broadcast, leaving Kyle's vacant stare as the final frame. Oh my god. Kyle's rating skyrocketed. Techno Jim became a staple of the show, often ending up destroyed by the end of each episode. Dude, it's like the fucking Eric Andre show. Although Rachel did not come back on the show, her cardboard portrayal did. Rachel was very popular. End. Kyle interviewed Rachel. You know, Rachel. Air quotes. Alright, what's the time at? We're at 13 minutes. We can do another one, right? Since I'm not intending to edit this one anyways. Lamau. Reset. Kyle's first decision of the morning was made wisely. Exit the bed. Kyle exited his bed and took a quick glance around his bedroom. I will scavenge. Kyle quickly crouched down on the floor, realizing his immediate need for food. I will eat gossip. Kyle firmly pressed his ear into the carpet, hoping to hear some stray words from the neighbors below. I heard Rachel May is going on a trip out of the country soon. Oh, girlfriend, tell me more. Well, what I will tell you is that every night I don a mask that looks like a bug and fight misdoers. What? There was a stunned silence. Then a door opened and someone exited the neighbor's apartment. That's quite enough. Okay, well, I need food. Scavenge. Bugs. Kyle started to pick between the fuzz of his bedroom carpet, hoping to catch a stray beetle or two. Soon he had a small handful of various insects, dead and alive. Eat immediately. Kyle threw back his head and crammed the sticky, wriggling mass into his mouth. He felt refreshed. Hell yeah. Yeah, we shouldn't steal Techno Gym. But I didn't see if there was anything else we could do at the tech store. Let's oh, actually we should get dressed. Choose an outfit. We should put on a suit of armor. Because I want to see what happens with that. Because we didn't see anything, because I didn't actually really interview her, did I? Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom, and I will exit. I will leave apartment. I will visit the downstairs neighbor. Ask Gabby about being a vigilante. Gabby asked Kyle, "Are you the bug vigilante?" For a moment, Gabby looked stunned, but then she realized seriousness. Gabby nodded once. The door shut in Kyle's face. Kyle walked into the middle of the road and took a long, pondering look around him. Visit tech store, quick! Ask attendant for free samples. Kyle asked the store attendant whether or not they offered any free samples to important customers. The attendant gave Kyle a confused and slightly vacant look. Kyle began to beg for a free sample, and we have to go to the set. We're interviewing Rachel May, not Rachel Ray. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. "Good evening," she said, looking him in the eyes. "I've been looking forward to being here." Kyle responded, politely this time, I think. "And I as well, Rachel," answered Kyle, extending his hand in greeting. "You're a most welcome guest." Shake hands. After other mild exchange of pleasantries, Kyle and Rachel were prompted to take their places for the broadcast. A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on. Gossip about neighbor. "Good evening, everybody," said Kyle. "My neighbor is a bug vigilante." With nothing more to say on the matter, he fell silent. Rachel, also on camera, stared at her hands and wondered when she was going to be introduced. The producers started cutting to the different camera angles to break the tension. Kyle continued to remain silent and stare forward blankly. After several minutes, neighbor Gabby walked out onto set. Oh shit. "Hi everyone," she said, smiling hollowly. "My name is Gabby, and I'm not a bug vigilante." False. Kyle looked at Gabby and then returned to staring forwards. Gabby began to reply but was interrupted by a bug-shaped intercom on her belt. "Bug girl," it squawked. "A robbery is in progress on East 3rd. Report." Immediately. Gabby threw the intercom on the ground and crushed it under her foot. After a beat, she spoke again. Something has come up suddenly, and I must go." Gabby left the set. "Well," said Kyle, "that's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for joining us, Rachel." Kyle got up, shook Rachel's hand again, and walked past the cameras, leaving her alone. Not knowing what else to do, the producer ended the broadcast. In the coming days, fans of both Rachel and Kyle dubbed this show as a masterpiece of television. Stay Up Late with Kyle's online pages were updated to reflect this broadcast as the most popular ever. Kyle's producer later tried to have Rachel on the show again, but she was very, very, very busy. Kyle talked about Gabby. Okay, this game is good. There's 21 different endings, and I've only seen 3 of these. Also, this game is completely free, so if you want to play this, there's a link in the description for you to get it. It's on Steam. This was fun. I don't want to play too much of it, because then I basically spoil everything there is to this game, so I think I'm going to leave it there. Either way, before I go, I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you feel so inclined, you can support me on Patreon. I recommend you check out John Szymanski's projects. Check out his Twitter as well. You can check out my Twitter as well in the description down below. You can check out the community Discord there as well, and my twitch.tv where I stream video games. Anyways, that is about it. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, thanks very much to the following people for supporting me on Patreon. Goodbye, and see you in the next one.